already fighting moves to evict him from his Windsor home, Royal Lodge. Prince Andrew now faces losing his summer holiday venue as well. I can disclose that King Charles has decided to keep Balmoral open to the public for an extra 2 weeks, during the time when his younger brother would usually stay at the private Scottish retreat with Sarah, Duchess of York, and their daughters, Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie. This will bring significant new revenue into the estate, says my man in the kilt and sporran. It may, however, have the effect of annoying the Duke of York, who has treasured his time in royal Deeside ever since he was a little boy. Queen Elizabeth would always begin her summer holidays at her beloved Balmoral on the last weekend of July. However, the estate, which was bought by Queen Victoria's husband, Prince Albert, in 1852, will now be open to the public daily until August 16. It's understood that the King will continue his own tradition of spending the first week of August at the Castle of May, in Caithness, the former home of his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother. He may then head to Birkhall, his home on the Balmoral estate, while he waits for the castle to close to tourists. Andrew could, in theory, visit the Aberdeenshire estate later in the summer, but he would need to be invited by the King. Queen Elizabeth invited Andrew to stay with his daughters and their families each summer. Although Fergie was thought to have exchanged not a single word with her former father-in-law, Prince Philip, for many years after she divorced Andrew in 1996, she remained on good terms with the Queen. Sarah stayed several times at Balmoral, although she always left before Philip arrived. Fergie underwent a grueling, 8-hour operation last month as she battles breast cancer. The Duchess is in recovery from a major operation, so she has made no travel plans at this stage, her spokesman tells me. Summer holiday travel will be guided by how she is feeling at the time. There are said to be tensions between the King and Andrew over his request for his brother and Fergie to leave Royal Lodge and move into Frogmore Cottage, the, much smaller, former home of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Friends of Andrew say he has no intention of leaving Royal Lodge, on which he 75-year lease and spent millions on renovations. Balmoral and its 50,000 acres cost around £3 million a year to run, and opening it up as a tourist attraction between April and the end of July attracts over 70,000 tourists. But the tourist income only meets around half the estate's costs. Balmoral is privately owned by the King, who meets its costs personally. A Buckingham Palace spokesman declines to comment.